Hi everybody, welcome back. Hope everybody's keeping safe and dealing with these very strange times and the coronavirus. Look, I know a lot of countries are already in lockdown. Here in WA we're quite lucky that borders have been shut, but self-isolation hasn't been confined to the house yet, so I've decided to self-isolate myself on the Aberrou Trail for an hour. What can I say? I know people's lost their jobs. I know people's worried about their loved ones. I know people are maybe even stuck in the house, cracking up doing homeschooling. It's been a hard time. I'm finding it hard to deal with it. I'm sure everybody else out there is finding it hard to deal with. But I've decided to go ahead and put this video out anyway. I was asked a few weeks ago about training for 100-mile races and if I could do something on it. Now, a couple of weeks back I did do building a training program for the 200-miler, but the exact same thing for building a program works for 100-mile, so feel free to check out that video. You'll get some useful tips if you haven't already on putting a program together for yourself and the key aspects of it. So I really want to talk today about what's the difference between training for 100k, 50k or 100-miler. Now, straight away at the moment, I'm gonna hold my hands up and say my first trail race was 100 miles. So I didn't do the whole thing of going from a 50k to 100k to 100-miler. I went from doing a 3-day stage race that I've been training for 2 years in triathlon, max 12 hours a day, to, with a lot of cycling, to running, deciding I wanted to do 100-mile with 10 weeks out from the race. So my first 100-mile race was a bit of a learning curve, let's just say. But let's assume you're brighter than Glenn. You have trained, you've done a few marathons, you've done a few 50k's, you might even have been really sensible and stepped up to a 100k, and now you're thinking, wow, I'd like to take on a 100-miler. What's going to be the main differences and some of the things that you're going to have to work on? So a lot of these will have come up and will be quite relevant to the training for a 200-miler, and I'll probably have done a video on the past before, so I'll refer to that video if that's the case. But the biggest difference between 100 miles and a 50k or 100k or 50 miles is going to be the time on your feet. Imagine you have run a 50k in 5-6 hours. Next thing you're going to do is run 160k. It won't just be a case that 3 times that will be what your 100-mile pace will be. It might be. You're maybe very fast, and that might exactly be the case. But realistically, you're on your feet a lot more than you would have been if it was just 50k. So how does that affect you then? Obviously, the number one thing being on your feet more is more fatigue, punishment of the feet. So your feet are going to be taking a lot more of a bashing over the 18 to plus odd hours, as opposed to the 6 or 7 hours for a shorter distance. So you definitely want to be thinking about foot care, lube, blister prevention, them types of things which you'll find on the channel. Second, nutrition is going to be very important, because where you might get away with a 50k of taking a few gels or energy bars or just Tailwind or an energy drink for your calories, chances are once you go in 18 plus hours, you're going to be needing some real food. You're going to be needing some nutrition too, that's going to be able to sustain you. You're going to have to be able to be keeping eating and keeping moving forward. So again, nutrition is going to be very important. Again, a couple of weeks ago I did a couple of videos on nutrition, so again that'll be very relevant. And the third thing you might find, certainly I found and hadn't really allowed for it, was just sleep deprivation. Now the video that I was asked to do 100 miles on was the Feral Pig here in Australia and WA, which just happened to be that very first race that tried to kill me. Starts at midnight, so that's one tough thing that's not usual in a race. Most races start morning time. The fact that it starts at midnight, you have that whole thing of, do I sleep before it? How do I make this work? All them things. So worth considering if it is the Feral Pig that you're doing for your 100 miler, or if it's just a 100 miler and you're going to be out there more than 24 hours. One, do you pencil in a little sleep? Two, do you sleep during the day if it's the Feral Pig? I worked on the Friday before the race, so I didn't get to sleep during the day, but after about 20 hours I really felt it. So they're kind of the three big differences between a shorter race. One, you still need to believe you can do it. It's the same as whenever you run your first half marathon or a marathon. You were stepping up distance, you were thinking, can I do this extra distance? Yes, you can. Two, you need to do the training. Training going to be different for 50k than a 100 miler. I would say you definitely want to be more consistent on your feet, depending on how you've trained before in the past. You're going to want to just get your feet used to that constant impact. Highly recommend back-to-back days. One long day and another day was slightly longer during the week. Probably, you don't have to do them every week, but certainly every few weeks will be a lot of benefit to you. So they're kind of the main differences that I see, and that the challenge is going to be. As I say, the actual planning for it will be the same. Work out how much time you have to train, work out what your goal is, kind of add everything in between, and as I say, that's all laid out in my planning video. So I really hope that makes kind of sense, guys. Feral race, for anybody that hasn't done that race, is a beautiful race. Lots of pain, lots of suffering, an amazing course with amazing views. If you get a really hot day, it's going to be a real challenge. So can't recommend that race in particularly enough to anybody. I also have done the WTF 100 that's right here. I'm wearing Another beautiful race here in WA, run by great race organisers as well. So whatever race you're thinking of doing, whatever 100 mile you're thinking of doing, I hope that your training goes really well. Please reach out, ask me any questions, drop me a comment, drop me a line. If you haven't already heard, I am giving away 3 free coaching sessions. First one will probably have gone by the time this video comes out, at the end of May. Second one will go at the end of March. Second one will go at the end of April, and the third one will go at the end of May. So if you'd like to be in with a shout for that, just leave a comment below. Let me know what race you're training for and why you would like some free coaching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. If you're not already, must be a subscriber to be in with a shout for that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Till the next time, wash your hands, self-isolate, have fun.